This is my remodeling kitchen, and I moved from gas to electrical range, and as a result I need to install a outlet 240 volt 50 amps in this area in the wall. This is the 75 amp cable I purchased from Home Depot, and as you can see there is a wide drain pipe 4-inch that not allowed me to pass the cable via the stud. So as a result I had to cut the plywood in order to bypass this 4-inch draining pipe. This is the drill I'm using, Ryobi, and the 3/4 of an inch bead to drill a hole in the stud and the joist in order to pass this cable to the electrical box eventually. And this kitchen actually is in second floor, just that you know, under this kitchen there is another floor. So you can see the process, what I'm doing. I already have drilled a hole, and I'm just pushing this cable via this hole, 3/4 of an inch hole, to bypass this 4-inch drain pipe. As you can see, I'm actually pushing the wire there, and then I'm going to pull it now from the other side. See here I'm going to pull this wire, this cable out, and I will continue like that. I want to show from close proximity what I'm doing here. You can see this is the cable. This is the cable here. It's actually a 50 amp cable. Okay? It actually have 4 wires. You can see here you have ground, 2 hot, and neutral. Okay? So here what I'm doing here, you can see here I actually drill holes. Now under it there is another floor. Okay? I don't want to destroy the ceiling drywall, so it's easy even to go under the plywood. So what I did here, I cut a piece of the plywood here because I'm remodeling anyway this kitchen, and I'm passing a wire here. As you can see, it's coming up from here. My intention is to go here and to follow this wire. You see the electrical wire coming here, and eventually they're going here, dropping here, you can see, and from here they're going to the switch box, to the breaker switch box from here. So that's what I'm going to do, the same thing. I'm going to follow these wires coming from here. Okay, so I will show you where I'm going actually. As you can see, I already passed most of the cable, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another hole here, 3/4 of an inch, another hole here, 3/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to pass the cable through these holes and going down here to the electrical box that is in the garage. What you see here is the fish. This tool will help me to pull the cable from the kitchen to the floor under the kitchen. 3/4 of an inch bit, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill a hole here. Okay, I'm going to take this cable and move it through this stud, and then going down under the floor, and then from under the floor we go into the switch to the breaker box. I'm actually going to drill a hole of a 3/4 of an inch hole for 50 amps. So that's it, we have the holes. These wires, I already drill a hole here, 3/4 of an inch, and drill a hole down the stud under. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually pull these wires So here's the wire. You can see it's coming from here. Let me show you from here. Okay, it's going under the stud, coming up from the stud here, going here to this stud, continue from this stud, and it's supposed to go down here. There are two holes. One hole is going only through one hole. The other hole from another cable Okay, so it's going down to here. And there I'm going to push it. I'll show you how I'm going to push it with a fish. Okay? So that's what we did until now. Here's the cable. As you can see, it's going under the floor here. It's coming up from here. It's going to this stud here. It's going to the stud here. And now we're going to go to the hole here. So here's the cable, and I just want to show you what's happening here. This is a 4-wire cable. Okay, if you look at the cable very carefully, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. When the white is always the neutral, and the black and red are the hot, while the other wire, which is here, it's exposed actually. You can see it. I'm exposing it now. It's a copper, it's a ground. So this is a 50 amps cable, and as you can see, I actually cut the plywood here in order to pass this wire from the kitchen. Okay, and I'm going to intend to put it here. Here is going to be the place where the electrical outlet is going to be, which is a 50 amp 240 volt going to be. And you can see the way it's going. It's going from here. It's going under the stud here, and then it's coming back here. And why I did it like that, because I don't want to go, that's the upper floor, I don't want to go to the ceiling, because the ceiling have a pattern, so I don't want to break the ceiling there. So I'm going up here, you can see, and then you're going to the stud here, you're going to the stud there, and I'm going to go now down. Okay, with one of these holes. You can see there's 2 holes I just did. One of them will serve for this cable, the other one for other cable. I'll show you after that. And you can see here, what you're seeing here is the fish. That's the fish that comes from the other place. I want to show you where it is. Okay, and I'm going to actually fish the cable from here. So here I actually make a hole in the ceiling. As you can see, it's a pattern ceiling. It's a pattern one. Okay, I had to make the hole here in order to actually take this fish wire, it's not exactly wire, but let's call it a wire, and push it until the other side for the kitchen. We are here in the lower level. Okay, so I want to show you something here. If you see here, this green paper, that's the way exactly where we have above in the kitchen. If I have to go through this one, I have to cut a significant amount of this ceiling, and this ceiling is a pattern ceiling. It's going to cost a lot of money and time to fix it. So here I just cut a little bit, a piece. Okay, I cut a piece of it, and it's coming from here, and I want to show where it's going to go. Here is the switch box here. Okay, you can see all the switch. I need to add another 50 amps. Okay. 240 volt that will occupy 2 places here, that and that probably. Okay, you can see here what's going on. I cut here, I have to continue cutting, but you can see the wires of this electrical box going up, and I have to drill there a hole, okay, in order to actually pass this cable to here. So that's the effort I had to take in order to connect a 50 amps cable, okay, for the range or to the box here. Okay, so I want to show you how I'm going to actually to push this wire, because that's the most difficult work here, is to push the wire to the box, and from the box to connect is very simple. I'll show you how to do it. Everybody can do it, and you definitely can do it. As you can see, this wire here, I'm actually going to put it in. Okay, and then I'm going to actually push it with the fish. But the first thing I have to put it down. You can see what I'm doing here. Just put it like that. I'm going to put all of it through it. And then I'm going to connect it to this fish here. As you can see here, the fish. And then I'm going to pull it. So I already push a lot of wire in already. What I want to show you how I'm doing it, I actually press it from here, see? Press it, and then pull it from here. again. It's kind of a dirty job, but you have to do it. I have to put everything inside. Okay, so it's enough for us to put it until now, because now we can actually start connect the wire to the fish and start pull it to where the ceiling downstairs. So let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm actually using a utility knife to cut the insulation a little bit to expose the wire, because I want to use one of these wires in order to connect it. I'll probably use the ground to the fish. Okay, so you can see there is a 4 wire here, quite big, and then you see this wire, which is the ground here. So I can expose it like that very easily. So as you can see, this wire is the ground, and this is the hot, and this is the neutral. So this wire has to be now pushed toward the ceiling. And what I want to show you, I'm actually going to take these 3 of them, put them together, and this one going to be the puller, one of them. So I'll try to connect it and see what's going on. So I want to show you what I did here. I actually used this Gorilla tape, as you can see here, and I actually tape the fish. As you can see, the fish is here. That's the fish. I taped the cable around this fish, plus I took what is called the ground, if you can see from here, and it's attached to the fish here, to the metal, so it cannot go. So now I can actually pull it from the other side. That's what I want to show you how I'm doing it. So you can see here is the fishing, and I can just starting pulling it. I will pull it until it comes here. Okay. So what we're doing here, we actually continue pulling it from here, as you can see. Okay, and I'm going up to see what's going on. Then you can actually push it more, because it's stuck in some place. It's not going to work excellent in the first time. Okay. So I managed to release it, and then I'll actually just pull it. And pull it, and you can see what's happening here. See? Here is the wire, it's there already. I'm just going to give a push from the other side, and you'll see the result very soon. So I release the cable from the other side, from the kitchen, and just I'm going to push it. As you can see, like a snake is coming outside. Okay, so I have to go and release on the other side. Okay, now I can go up and just start releasing the cable slowly. Okay, till we finish almost. See what's left here. That is the wire that's left here only. And that's what I'm going to do. As you can see, I'm actually taking the wire and just push it in. Okay, that's what left is really nothing almost. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing it in, and then I pull it from the other side, the downstairs, where is the broken ceiling. As you can see here, okay, the wire, the 50 amps wire is already in, and it's going to under the studs here. Okay, so what you're seeing here, you see, it has to be attached to the stud here by code. It cannot be in the air. So that's why I left it here. Remove that one. Okay, so as you can see, there is this wire have to be attached to the stud that it won't move. Okay, so that's very important. And here we're going to actually push it, pull it, in order that it's going to be in the air and not close to the sheetrock of the ceiling here. You can see it here. You should not sit on the ceiling. You should be attached here. You see the stud here. So we try to attach them here. because it's important. What's happening here? You can see I left quite a bit of wire, in order to attach here to the outlet, 50 outlet for the range. But as you can see, you always have to leave more that you need, because if you need more, you screw, especially with 50 amps wire. So let's go back. What we did here, we actually make a hole here, we pass it under, and then we come up from here, and then we move it here, here, and then here, we're going down to the understair ceiling here. You can see here, under, and we pull it from the other side of the downstairs room. So here I'm actually going to pull the last piece of it, and that's it. That's the last piece. And I just want to show you down what's going on here. Here is the fish, remember? And here is the fish is going until here, quite long. And here's the way we connected it, remember? Here is the way we connected. We connected it with a tape, Gorilla tape. And the ground really is connected here to the fish, that it will not go out. And that's the way we did it. It was taking a couple of minutes, but it saved us a lot of work and grief. Okay? The next step is to actually attach this cable to the studs and make sure it's not going to be sitting on the ceiling here. It's not going to be sitting on the ceiling sheetrock here. From actually what's happening here is coming from here, from this green. That's exactly the point where you're going in. Okay, you can see, if you can look at it, you can see the hole there. That's exactly the point. And from here, you're coming here. You should not be sitting on the sheetrock at all. You have to be in the air. Because if you cut the sheetrock, sometime you will cut this wire, and then you're going to make a huge fire, and maybe the house is going to be fire. So that's why this wire should be hang by hair and by studs. So you already installed the cables. What I really need to do now, I need to actually go and protect the cable with this plate. If somebody is going to screw a sheetrock here, if the screw going in, it will penetrate this cable and it will cause a short, and all this house will go on fire. So you really must protect this cable here, okay? Not only cable, but also pipes, water pipes. So here we have one protection, and you can see in the other places, to show you here, if you see here, also there is already a protection that protects the pipe, okay, but not the electricity. However, if you look on the other place here, there is no protection. I'm going to put here protection to protect this wire and this cable. So here is another plate, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it here, okay, to make the maximum protection here. Okay, one. Okay, so we almost finished, because there is another one. If you look down here, there's another plate that I have to protect the cable. So I'm going to put another one now. So as you can see, I put one here, but I really need to put another one here. It was not exist before. And here I need to put probably one to go to where this one, because it's still not protected, these cables. But this cable is being protected properly. And here I put another one. Okay, but I still have to put one here, as you can see here in the stud. And maybe another one here too. Here, okay? So I will do it later, but now I'm going to concentrate what I'm really going to do with this cable with the 50 amps. Just let you know that this cable, you see this hole that I put here, this hole here? This hole is for this cable. This cable should not be here. That's not code.